An Amtrak train making the inaugural run of a new route between Portland and Seattle derailed at high speed early Monday morning near Olympia, killing 3 and hospitalizing more than 100 when rail cars hurtled off an overpass onto vehicles traveling on Interstate 5 below. Authorities haven't released the names of those killed or hurt when 13 cars of the Portland-bound train jumped the tracks while traveling about 80 mph in DuPont, about 40 miles south of Seattle. More than a dozen victims suffered critical or serious injuries, authorities said. Kimberly Reason with Sound Transit, the Seattle area transit agency that owns the tracks, confirmed to the Associated Press that the speed limit at the point where the train derailed is 30 mph. Speed signs are posted 2 miles before the speed zone and immediately before the speed zone approaching the curve where the train left the tracks, she said. Positive train control, a technology that can slow or stop a speeding train, wasn't in use on the stretch of track, according to Amtrak President Richard Anderson. Amtrak derailment occurred on highly anticipated new route. The Associated Press mid-afternoon Monday cited a U.S. official as saying the train hit something that sent it off the tracks. The official was not authorized to discuss the investigation publicly and spoke on the condition of anonymity. By mid-evening that account had not been confirmed. Earlier reports had said as many as 6 were killed. But at a news conference early Monday night, officials with the Washington State Patrol and West Pierce Fire and Rescue officials said 3 had died. They did not address the discrepancy. It was unclear whether the deaths were I-5 travelers or those on the train, which carried 77 passengers and 7 crew members. Washington State Patrol spokeswoman Brooke Bova said investigators are expected to work through the night at the scene. Members of the National Transportation Safety Board are involved, she said. Southbound I-5 was closed indefinitely, and northbound travelers were caught in a massive backup throughout Monday. Washington State Patrol Chief John Batiste said cranes were being brought in to help remove rail cars. The State Department of Transportation will need to inspect the bridge before reopening southbound Interstate 5, he said. The southbound stretch is expected to remain closed during the Tuesday morning commute and possibly for several days, transportation authorities said, who asked drivers to avoid the highway in either direction near DuPont and find alternate routes. Jay Summerlin, a West Pierce Fire and Rescue Battalion chief, said the rescue effort wasn't easy, particularly because some train cars were dangling from the overpass. He said jaw tools, air chisels and different forms of saws were used to get into some of the crushed cars. Ladders were also used to reach victims. It was just a difficult place to be, he said. Summerlin described the day as shocking and surreal because crews have had mock training scenarios involving train cars dangling over a highway. Everybody comes in and goes, that's not going to happen. Well, here we are, it's exactly what happened, he said.